Introduction: The Dark Side of Justice. Justice is the foundation of any civilized society. It promises fairness, protection, and the punishment of those who break the law. But what happens when justice itself is corrupted? When those meant to uphold the law become part of the crime? Detective Ryan Walker believed in justice. He had dedicated his life to solving crimes and bringing criminals to their rightful punishment. But in a city ruled by power and corruption, he was about to learn a hard truth: justice is not always fair. When a high-profile murder shakes the city, Ryan is assigned to the case. What seems like a straightforward investigation soon reveals a web of deception, political manipulation, and hidden agendas. The deeper he digs, the more he realizes that the real criminals might not be the ones behind bars. As threats and betrayals mount, Ryan is faced with an impossible choice: stay silent and let injustice prevail, or risk everything to expose the truth. This is a story of crime, power, and the price of justice. In a world where right and wrong are blurred, will Ryan be able to fight the system, or will he become a victim of the dark side of justice? The crime, the dark side of justice. It was just another night in the city until a gunshot shattered the silence. A high-profile businessman, Daniel Carter, was found dead in his luxurious penthouse. The murder sent shockwaves through the city, making headlines within hours. Detective Ryan Walker arrived at the crime scene, scanning the area. Blood stained the marble floor, and the safe in the study was forced open. There were no signs of forced entry, suggesting the killer was someone the victim knew. The evidence was conflicting. Security cameras had been tampered with, and witnesses provided inconsistent statements. Some suspected a robbery gone wrong, while others whispered about business rivals with a motive for murder. But as Ryan examined the crime scene, something felt off. A closer look revealed that Daniel Carter had been under investigation for financial fraud and had connections with powerful politicians. The deeper Ryan dug, the clearer it became: this was no ordinary murder. Someone had silenced Daniel before he could reveal something dangerous. As Ryan prepared to question suspects, he received a warning: walk away from this case or you'll end up like him. This wasn't just a murder, it was a message, and Ryan was about to uncover the dark side of justice. The investigation, the dark side of justice. Detective Ryan Walker knew that solving Daniel Carter's murder wouldn't be easy. As he combed through the crime scene, every clue led to more questions than answers. The tampered security footage suggested an inside job, and Carter's financial records hinted at a web of corruption involving some of the city's most powerful figures. Ryan started interrogating suspects: Carter's business partners, political allies, and even his estranged wife. Each one had a motive, but no solid evidence linked them to the crime. Then, an anonymous informant reached out, claiming Carter had planned to expose a secret network of bribery and fraud before he was killed. As Ryan pursued this lead, he faced mounting pressure from his superiors to close the case quickly. The media demanded answers, while politicians wanted him to pin the blame on a known criminal to avoid a scandal. But Ryan wasn't convinced. One night, while reviewing evidence, he noticed something shocking. A deleted surveillance file had been partially recovered. It showed someone entering Carter's penthouse just minutes before his death. The figure was blurred, but Ryan recognized the silhouette. Before he could act, his office was ransacked, and a chilling message was left behind: stop now, or you're next. Ryan had just stepped into the dark side of justice, and there was no turning back. The moral dilemma. The dark side of justice. Detective Ryan Walker had spent years believing in justice, but now he wasn't sure if it even existed. The deeper he dug into Daniel Carter's murder, the more dangerous the case became. His investigation had uncovered a network of corruption involving politicians, law enforcement, and corporate elites, people with power who would do anything to keep their secrets buried. Then came the warning. First, his office was ransacked. Then he found a threatening note: walk away or suffer the consequences. But Ryan couldn't walk away, not when he was so close to the truth. As he prepared to expose the real culprits, he faced an impossible choice. His family began receiving threats. His career, his reputation, everything he had worked for was at risk. His closest ally in the department turned against him, offering him a way out. Pin it on a small-time criminal, close the case, and move on. No one will know the difference. For the first time, Ryan questioned himself. Was justice worth the cost? Was it better to sacrifice the truth to protect him, saying,